What's going on, everybody, and welcome to this week's Biggs Blogcast, where we choose our words carefully. So this Sunday's story is going to be coming out of Proverbs 12:18. It's going to all be talking about words and how powerful they are and all that stuff. So all of our activities are going to revolve around that. And if you guys hear the dryer, I have dryer is running, so that would explain why you can hear it. So our first activity that we're going to do is going to be our highs and lows, and then we're going to move on to an activity called Blabbermouth. Now, Blabbermouth is basically like a game of charades, but you can talk. So, for instance, we'll have a card.
Meet.
It says car. Now, they can't use the word car. They can use the other words like this thing you drive. You can ride in this thing. This thing is on a road. And then their team tries to guess what that person is describing. This one, we'll probably just keep it in small groups. Unless we have really small groups, then we'll combine. But otherwise, we'll keep them separate. So for the start of our after lesson activity, we're going to be using the hurting and healing word cards, as well as some balloons. Now, what you're going to do in this activity is we're going to give everybody one Band-Aid on the backside of their hands. Then we're going to have the balloon. We're going to have them blow it up and then draw on it, or maybe draw on it and then blow it up, but make like kind of an angry face on it. The activity says that you need swords, but those balloons, in order to get sword balloons, are really hard to blow up unless you have like an air compressor. So we're going to change it. So instead, use a balloon, have the kids draw an angry face on it. Then we're going to read out loud some cards. And they're going to have to decide, as we read these, is it going to be kind of a hurting word or a healing word? So if it's a healing word, they're going to hold out their bandages on their hands with their angry face behind them. But if it's a hurting word, then they're going to take that healing, put it back behind them, and get the angry face out in front of them. And then we're just going to go ahead and read through a few of those. Some of these are going to be, they can go either way. It could be that it's a hurting word. It could be that it's a healing word. It really just depends on how you're reading it. So, and that's fine. Kids are going to have different opinions and we can talk about it. But like this one, you're so tiny. Could be a hurting word if you're talking about somebody, but you could also hear it in the context of like, oh, the puppy is so tiny. Oh, it's so cute. Stuff like that. So after that, we're going to move on to an activity that will involve more balloons and these little itty bitty or tiny cards. These cards are going to have some random words on them, as well as the Bible verse. So like this is hippopotamus, but we also have the word for a, which, hey, it could be part of the Bible verse. You don't know. So the idea is that they're going to are going to be in a balloon, multiple balloons. They have to pop the balloons, and then stick the balloon, the thingies inside, blow them up, have the kids pop them, and then they have to assemble the Bible verse. Now, when they bring back that, it's kind of a relay race, right? So when they bring their card back to the starting point, they have to make the determination, is this part of the verse or not? If they say, nope, this is definitely not part of the verse, they'll hand it to one of the leaders, small group leaders, say this isn't part of our verse. They'll run back, or the next kid will run over, get a new card, bring it back. Now, we might play a few different rounds of this, but one of the rounds that we're going to do is if they make a mistake, for instance, if they say the word hippopotamus is definitely in this week's Bible verse, they can't fix it. They have to put the word hippopotamus in the verse. And then we're going to see which teams are able to complete that challenge. We might, like I said, play a few rounds and give them some opportunities to get the verse correct. So that's all the activities we have for today. Tons of balloons, lots of little itty bitty papers, but it should be a ton of fun. So looking forward to Sunday, and I will see you guys then. Peace.